focusing on living out my dreams. I feel my family, their love surrounding me. There's nothing in.
Hey everybody, just thought I'd jump on here and give a short video just talking about something I received in the mail just now. I am excited to get to reading it. I feel like I have the need to start a nonprofit for adults with cerebral palsy. Now, I'm not saying that it's none out there for us or no information for us, those of us with cerebral palsy, but I recently joined a Facebook group, Adults with CP, for adults only. And in this group, you see and you hear comments, or you see comments of adults with cerebral palsy complaining about doctor's visits, or no doctor knowing what's going on, or can't tell us for sure what's going on. And in my case, in Alabama, my doctors are not educated in cerebral palsy in adults. Now, I can't say about the pediatrics part of view, because when I was younger and going to see doctors because I was living in another city, or I was going to another city because I was living in another city, not where I am now. But Alabama is very, 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 their doctors, it seems like none of them, when it comes to adults with CP, have a clue what's going on. I can go to the doctor with a pain in my chest, or back pain, or headache, or say is, oh, maybe it's contributed to your cerebral palsy. I have not seen a doctor that specifically deals with me for my CP. Yes, I have been to PT before, and because of the insurance I have, you get very little time, for about 6 weeks, 3 to 6 weeks, and tell you go home and do it as much as you can. Now, with my cerebral palsy, because cerebral palsy affects in many different ways, and there are at least 4 different kinds of cerebral palsy. I'm not exactly sure as to what kind I have. I know it's spastic, but I don't know if it's spastic dysplasia, but it only affects my legs. Well, I can't say it only affects my legs, because the older I get, the more it affects things in my body get worse. It does wear on your body frame, your skeletal frame. I now have had scoliosis for I don't know how many years, but recently was told that my scoliosis is getting worse, and it's getting more painful the older I get. But anyway, back to the reason why I want to start a nonprofit is because I think it's ridiculous that there is no doctors that deals with adults with CP, especially in the state of Alabama. Now, I've looked, and I've even seen where it's a organization in New York. Talked to somebody from that organization, but they said it would have to be a doctor here that's connected to that network. Guess what? No doctors in the state of Alabama is connected to that network. So where does that leave us? Me, anybody else like me in the state of Alabama, with doctors trying to figure out what's going on with us. It leaves us just trying to figure out things ourselves. To be honest with you, I didn't care to read up on the effects that CP causes as you grow older, because I just, what I knew growing up younger, and saying that it just affects my legs. But I noticed as I got older, and I am very thankful that the main effects of my body is my legs. But as I've grown older, different things is beginning to happen, and deal with depression off and on. And I am been good, and not with my cerebral palsy, my muscles stay tight. And when I get muscle relaxers or certain medications that just knock you out, I don't like the way it makes you feel, and like it relaxes my muscles too much. And in my case, I don't know, it may happen to somebody else that may watch this that have cerebral palsy. But in my case, I need to know that I have some control of my muscles. For all my muscles to be loose scares me, because to me it puts me in danger of feeling like I can't do anything. And then some medications will have me out for a day, not have me out, let's sleep, but sometimes you go through the day and you say, I know I went through yesterday, but what exactly happened? So I was prescribed a medication that I'm supposed to take 3 times a day, 300 milligrams. The side effects are horrible. So instead of taking medication, I just deal with it. I just do what I can to alleviate the pain, and I try my best not to let it slow me down. I keep getting off track as to why I want to start a nonprofit, but this nonprofit agency will be something focused on helping adults with CP, trying to get doctors here in the state of Alabama to want to learn more about the effect. In my opinion, doctors, they don't go any further. They just study what happens in the younger body. And like I said, they have a lot of doctors that are there for pediatrics. You can go to different cities and sure, they can send you to different things. But when it comes to adults, once you reach 18 and over, and I'm well over 18, in my 40s, you just don't find any. So I'm excited to try to read up on how to get a nonprofit agency started. My goal is to get doctors to be willing to come on board and to be willing to find out more about adults with CP as we grow. Maybe they can, once you reach 18 and you get a doctor, or you be a doctor that say, I'm willing to find out the neurological problems that it causes, the mental state, all of that. So because when I was younger, I wasn't told that, and maybe because they didn't know what all it affects, but that's my hope, is because I know I'm not the only one that has gotten older. The Lord has allowed me to see a lot of more years that people didn't expect for me to see. I wasn't supposed to live past, I think I was told that don't expect for her to do much. But because God is who He is, here I am in my mid-40s. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Agency that I'm hoping to start. And I don't want to go into it blindly. I don't want to go into it not knowing what I'm doing, because I feel like this is a path that God's having me to carve out. Now, if it's anybody out there that lives in the state of Alabama and knows of some doctors that deal with adults with CP, feel free to comment and let me know who they are. Because it is horrible knowing that you have a doctor. And those of you know that may have somebody that has cerebral palsy, or know somebody who has, you may hear this complaint. I am dying to have a doctor to say, okay, I'm going to look at you and we're going to follow you and see what this disability has caused on your body. Now, as far as my spirit, I try not to let it bother my spirit, because I know that I have a purpose. Now I know I have a purpose in life, and I believe that this is part of my purpose, is to help others that are struggling mentally wise and don't understand, because you have your family that pushes you and tell you you can do anything you want to do, and that's not a bad thing, but because they don't have your disability, they don't understand the toll that it takes on your body or your brain, because it does take a toll on your brain. We have to deal with stuff in the ordinary world to adapt to a world that was not created for somebody with disabilities, somebody with a wheelchair, somebody with a dragging foot, somebody with unstable balance issues. So my hope through this nonprofit agency is to find doctors, psychologists, therapists, anybody that's willing to jump on board and help us Help us figure out what's going on. It shouldn't be this. I'm talking specifically for cerebral palsy because that's what I have. But I've looked at the page that I'm now a part of, the group that I'm a part of, and you see sad comments like, I don't know if it's worth going further. I can't find a doctor that helped me understand what's going on. There's no doctors to help me understand. I have no doctor to go to other than my primary doctor who's not schooled in it. Those are the complaints. And then you see where people say, I was almost this close to taking my life. Or you see a post from a parent or a sibling that says, sorry guys, but such and such is no longer part of this page. They lost their life. They committed suicide on last night. They couldn't take it. So that's what I want to avoid. Sorry. But that's what I want to avoid. I want to try to find, in this nonprofit agency, I want to try to find doctors that are willing to help us, understand what's going on. Because, yeah, you could have all of the support system, family, friends, but when it's all said and done, they don't sit in your body. So it'll be nice to know that you have a doctor that's working just as hard as you are. What's going on with your body? Because from the information I read, that my cerebral palsy does not get worse in my legs, but it plays on every part of your body. It takes us 2 or 3 times the effort to do what somebody without a balance issue or cerebral palsy has to do. For instance, when I stand, I'm using every muscle in my body to stand, even with a cane, because I don't trust the cane. But even to sit up like this, it's taken. I use every muscle. It's a lot of times when I can't relax when I'm sitting. So I would like a doctor want to know about me. First of all, doctors are practicing. They're practicing physicians, so they're still learning themselves, but it'll be nice to know if I had a doctor that was practicing learning more about my disability, my cerebral palsy. You have many specialists that take care of people with MS, adults. You have many doctors that knows they specialists in cancer, in adults, but where is the specialists and doctors that specializes in knowing about cerebral palsy in adults? Especially in my state, in the state of Alabama. State of Alabama, come on. Matters worse, to make matters worse, there's been doctors that I had. They didn't concentrate in cerebral palsy, but guess what? They stopped accepting my insurance. So that left me with even fewer doctors to even see me. Guys, now don't get me wrong. I'm complaining, but I'm gonna try to make a difference for the younger child that's coming up with cerebral palsy, so that they can have a place to go to. I want my nonprofit agency to bring forth doctors that are eager to learn and to study, and not just wait until we pass away and volunteer our bodies to science, because then you won't know how we moved. You won't know how we had to adjust to the pain. You won't know that most of us sit daily with pain that people can't take, with pain that will have somebody laid up for days. We go through pain daily. I mean, some days are worse than other days. My doctor tell me to give her my pain on a scale of 1 to 10. To me, every day, if I'm truthful, my pain is at a 9 or a 10. But there are some days when the pain is so great, it's off of that scale. It's on a 20. But I deal with the pain level being at a 9 or a 10 daily. And, people don't know, but it would be great. So that's what I want to start my nonprofit agency. Haven't came up with the name of it yet because I'm still diving into information, and I still want to figure out what's going to happen. But I'm just eager to start the ball rolling with getting doctors involved, getting counseling centers involved, to be specifically targeted for adults with CP. That's my goal. So yeah, that was just my little rant or my little exciting news. So I'm gonna get to reading this, and I got this free. Like I said, it was on my Facebook feed. I think these things listen to everything you say, and as a matter of fact, I know they do, because I was talking to somebody again about trying to get it off the ground, and so that, lo and behold, popped up on my feed. So I decided to get it. Of course, I had to pay shipping and handling. I'm sure I had to pay shipping and handling, but you know, I'm gonna get started on reading this, and I will link this the book on in the description. So if you want to get it and you thinking about starting a nonprofit agency for whatever, you know, feel free. So that's it, guys, and I hope y'all have a good day. I'm not doing much today. Actually doing laundry. You see that washer? It's a portable washer. As if you hear that noise in the background, that's my dryer going. Just wanted to get on and let y'all know what I'm trying to do and my hopes. So talk to y'all next time, and remember Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Y'all be blessed.